Okay, this is a fun story. Last week, Republican Congressman Mike Simpson of Idaho introduced a bill that would rename the Opera House at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. after First Lady Melania Trump. That's not the fun part. The very next day, Republican Congressman Bob Onder of Missouri introduced a bill that would rename the Kennedy Center altogether as the Donald J. Trump Center for the Performing Arts, which does not in any way roll off the tongue. But it also turns out both bills might be against the law. But I don't think actually passing those bills was ever the point anyway. I mean, for months now, we have seen a slew of bills from Republicans just like these that seem to have just one singular purpose: sucking up to Trump.
Bill in Tennessee could change the name of Nashville's airport to Trump International Airport.
Dulles Airport could have a brand new name. House Republicans are reintroducing a bill to rename it Donald J. Trump International Airport.
Good Lord. Now, both of those bills were from the same week, the first week of Trump's second term, in which Republicans wanted to name not one but two airports after him. The next week, a Republican from Florida introduced a bill to add Trump's face to Mount Rushmore. Why the heck not? Now, the next month, a Republican from South Carolina pushed for Trump's face to be printed on a brand new $250 bill. The month after that, a Republican from Texas pushed for Trump's face to replace Ben Franklin's on the $100 bill. A few months after that, a Republican from Arizona pushed for Trump's face to be on a $500 bill. We're all just carrying those around all the time, I suppose. And back in May, a Republican from Florida introduced a bill to rename D.C.'s metro system, I kid you not on this one, the Trump train. Now, all of those proposals are almost certainly doomed to fail. I don't think anyone in D.C. will be riding the Trump train to work anytime soon, thank God. But clearly, this exact brand of flattery, kind of flattery, sticking Trump's name and face on stuff, really works on the guy. So it's no surprise when private companies started to try and play the flattery game, too. I mean, Semaphore was first to report that private companies had begun launching things like fine porcelain dinnerware with Trump's face on it. Okay. And bed sheets branded as the Mar-a-Lago collection, and snow globes depicting Trump in front of the White House. How soothing. And again, I kid you not on this one, I'm not making any of this up, an Instapot pressure cooker with the Make America Great Again slogan written across the side. Yesterday, the New York Times reported that all of those companies, the dinnerware company, the bedsheet company, the snow globe company, the Instapot, all of those companies are actually owned by the same parent company, a private equity firm called Center Lane Partners, which the Times reports wanted the Trump administration's help with tariffs and a looming antitrust inquiry. Hence the Trump snow globes and MAGA Instapots, and you'd think, I guess, Trump would love these things. I mean, look at what Republicans are doing in Congress. This seems like the logical extension of that, right? If you're a private sector company. Turns out, no, it's not. The Trump Organization warned the private equity firm that if any of its companies used the Trump name and trademark without permission, they would have no choice but to take appropriate legal action. There you go. Now, for those of you Christmasing in July, that's a thing, and shopping for the perfect white elephant holiday gift, you know that game. If you know, you know. Does that mean there will never be a Make America Great Again Instapot? What a great present. That's unclear right now. Well, we're going to report back on that. We'll stay close on the story. But emails reviewed by the New York Times showed that the lobbyists seem to keep open the possibility that the private equity firm would return to their plans for Trump merchandise. But next time, they would just ask for permission. Neither the private equity firm or its lobbying firm gave a direct answer when the Times asked if the plans for Trump merchandise had been canceled. There are many thoughts on strategies, the firm's lobbyist said. How vague. So let this be a lesson out there, I guess, to all the corporations and lobbyists trying to suck up to Trump. Can't just stick his face and name on the stuff. Can't just do that. You have to make sure you give the guy some money, too. That's part of the thing. We'll be right back.